And if those start flashing, we get new batteries right here.
It's so strange. When I first turn it on, it doesn't flash.
It's weird, eh?
But then in like 2 minutes time, it'll be flashing.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Willie O'Ree Arena here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. U13AAA Fury skate into town after a hard-fought 2-0 loss yesterday to take on the first place CFHA Storm. Storm managed to escape from Cocan yesterday with a 1-0 win over the West Kent Phoenix.
Good for West Kent.
Scoring their one goal on a 5-on-3 power play.
No way.
So
I'll tell you, that West Kent team is a pretty good team.
They are. Just goes to show you, any given day, any given Sunday, as the movie would be called.
Yeah.
So we'll see what how the Fury bounce back here today. I was watching the Nationals, Men's Nationals University this morning, so UNB won the bronze.
Okay, cool.
St. Mary's is going to overtime right now against Flyer-Beer.
Liam's texting me updates. He's at the game.
It's 2-2 going into overtime in Halifax. So, face-off. One there by the Fury now. Nice pass there by Boyard. She gets that up the wall towards Bork. Bork leaves it for Padronas. Padronas shoots, saved by Underwood. Storm going to go the other way. That's Kennedy with it. She steps over the red line. Nice stick work there by Ryan DeMille. DeMille with it now. And DeMille. She gets put from behind. No call. It's interesting. And tries to send it up the wall. Intercept. Puck is controlled. Down. We're in a battle for it here. Deep in our zone. Storm player. Take. Drone with Boyard and help out. Padronas comes away with it. She has her pocket pick, squirts back to DeMille. DeMille, she sends it around the wall to Ed Bork. Bork now. Bork has it. She attempts to get it out. Held in by Van Horn. Pucks back to DeMille. She goes wide now over to Madison Cavanaugh. Here goes Cavanaugh. That's broken up at the red line. Pucks back into our zone. It's Atkinson for it. Atkinson. She sends it to Laundrie. Laundrie to Padronas towards Walsh. To the blue line. Held in there again by Van Horn. Now Laundrie sends it up the right-hand side. Goes McLaughlin. McLaughlin sends it to Padronas just off of her stick. That's all the way down the ice. No icing. Lara Walsh is in a battle for it with Van Horn. She sends Van Horn flying. Puck goes to McLaughlin. McLaughlin centers. Shot there. Walsh, no. Here we go. Ed Laundrie. Ooh, great save there by McDonald. I thought it was Underwood net. It's Jenna McDonald. Now, puck is centered. That's Lenny Kimball. She's got Barr up the middle looking for her. That seam closed up, so Kimball sends it deep into the corner. Laundrie's back there. Ev Laundrie. She sends it up the wall, just out of the reach of McLaughlin. Fredericton D fans on it. Intercepted there by Walsh. She's nice forecheck here. She's going to put some pressure on Eva Dorr. Dorr sends it over there to Hamilton. Goes all the way down the ice. Sophie Knight's on foot race for it. Knight is there. Puck comes up the wall to Nelson now. Nelson. She sends it to the blue line, but held in by Eva Dorr from Fredericton. Now, Anna Lacasse goes back for it. Anna Lacasse. She sends it up the wall. Chipped off the wall, but held in there by Bourgeois. Now, Sophie Knight, she goes back for it. Puck is still down behind the Fury net. Puck gets down low to Harriman. Harriman feeds it to Bourgeois. Bourgeois goes rink wide with that towards Nelson. Nelson's in on the forecheck hard. That's Richardson goes D-to-D for Fredericton. They make it back. Puck's taken there by Boyard. Boyard sends it back to Bourgeois. Bourgeois steps over the blue line. Here's Elise Bourgeois. She shoots. Steered away by McDonald. Rebound in behind the net. Bourgeois is there to pick it up. She's tackled to the ground there by the Fredericton defender. Puck was off the boards. Held in the zone. Now Fredericton's going to clear. That goes back to Boyard. Boyard. She goes rink wide to DeMille. DeMille sends it rink wide back towards Padronas. Padronas sends it up the wall to Ev Bork. A little bit of daylight here for Ev Bork. Bork comes in with speed down the left-hand side. Aims, shoots. Nice save for Jenna McDonald. Great shot. Laundry with the rebound, sends it down into the corner here. Bork recovers. Bork with it down low here. Puck works its way up the wall. Kennedy for Fredericton has it. Padronas takes that from here. She chips it down towards the corner. Hannah sends it back up the wall, right to have Laundry on the blue line. Laundry steps in, shoots low and wide. Atkinson's going to pinch. Nice job to hold the zone by Atkinson. Van Horn spins, sends it up to the blue line, back in by Atkinson. Here we go, Padrona's with it now. She's got it behind the net. She steps out to the side, centers it. Right through traffic. Puck is up the wall a little bit. Van Horn now. Van Horn's got it. Sends it towards the blue line, not in. Not out, I should say. Atkinson, nice job to hold the line. Now Fredericton clears. They're going to go up ice one-on-one. Fredericton player cuts right, shoots left, aims. Ooh. Nice job by Perot to get out and cut the angle down. Didn't leave much to chance there. Battle down low. Laundry wins the puck. She gets it to Bork. Bork sends it to Atkinson. Atkinson chips it towards the wall. McLaughlin gets it out to center ice. Back down low here. Laundry's going to retrieve that for the Fury. Laundry has some pressure, so she sends it up the wall to Atkinson. Atkinson chips it. Gets to Alexa Ferrand. Here goes Ferrand. She's knocked down. No call. McLaughlin gets that to Walsh. Walsh sends it into the corner. Hamilton sends it around the boards for Fredericton. Nice job there by a Fury defender. That was Lacasse who pinched down to hold the zone. Now Walsh comes in, steals that puck from Walsh with it down low in the corner. Centers towards Ferrand. Broken up there by Kaylee Barr. Knight pinches. Puck is there. Now Storm get it out to center. Lacasse has it. She sends it back to her partner, Knight. Storm try to dump it in. It's off a skate. Stays in the neutral zone. Lacasse sends it deep. She's in a foot race for it. Lacasse is down low. Broken up by Walsh. Kaylee Barr recovers. Here goes Kaylee Barr. She's going to try to get up the wall here. Kaylee Barr in on Lacasse. Cuts the middle. Nice skate there by Anna Lacasse. And Barr is dangerous to leave the puck. Both teams go for a change. Lacasse finds Harriman. It's off of her stick. Nobody there. Nelson now. Storm take it back the other way. That's Kendall Petley with it. She cuts wide. Shoots. Range. Sends it up. In about zone. It's pretty cool. 7 minutes. That's
back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Oh, it's going to be a short game at this pace, eh?
It's good. Let's go get a bite to eat before Connor's game. I kind of was expecting some home cooking from Dorothy that would tide me over, Brian, but
no invites came?
Yeah, it didn't get delivered, I guess. I was thinking, it was banana bread, fresh banana bread the last time. I was thinking maybe chocolate chip cookies or something.
Well, I do know the girls got some cinnamon sugar puff balls delivered fresh this morning. There was no mention of the broadcast crew getting any part of that. So here we go. Now Elise Bourgeois, she's got Padronas up the middle. Padronas knocked down, no call. Bagnall picks that up for the Storm. She spins away from Padronas. She sends it up the wall. Storm attempt to clear. Nobody home. Back to Ryan DeMille. She sends it quickly to Bork. Nice job. Bork has the puck. Oh! Ava Nelson came back and stole that puck, and she's on her way the other. And Nelson and Kennedy coming up the wall 2-on-2. Nice job there by Laundry to shut that down.
Oh, tackled. Again.
We got a physical game. Atkinson with it now. Atkinson attempts to spin away from Nelson. No such luck. Goes luck. Little shoots. Alexis gathers the rebound. Walsh with it now. She's going to step into the corner. Here's Larry Walsh. She sends it. Kennedy the other way. Kennedy and Williams are gone up ice. Kennedy driving wide. Knight keeps to the outside.
Oh.
Tempted to find Williams back door, just out of her reach. The cat player from spins away from her. Furious action here. Holy mac. Alexa Ferron comes away with it. She's off the wall towards Walsh. Held in there by the Fredericton team. Knight with it now. Knight sends it back up the wall towards Walsh. Kaylee Barr was there. And Sophie Knight. No call. Lara Walsh now. She's in the battle down low. Continues. Alexa comes out. Ferron comes out of the puck. Walsh chips it to center. It's all the way down the ice. That should not be icing. Hannah gathers that up for the Storm. Swings around her own net. Sends it up the left wing side. Broken up there by Walsh. Hannah attempts to skate it out. Now does. Hannah goes rink wide to Barr. Barr grabs that. Barr down a little corner. From center. And nice job in front of Boyard. Breaks up that. Alone.
That was a beauty of a goal.
Intercepted by Fredericton. Laundry. That's broken up by the Fredericton forechecker. Up the middle. Picked off by Bourgeois. Bourgeois has it. Head of speed. She chips it in the corner. She steps around Hamilton. That's a penalty too for interference.
Goodness. Holy cow.
That's a dirty hit. 2 for interference, but Bourgeois was going by with a big head of steam, and Hamilton had no choice, really. So, here we go. Fury power play. Hopefully it's a little more potent than it was last night. I'm going to check in on the score here in the CIS men's hockey while we have this break. Harriman's going to step into the face-off circle. Bourgeois and Nelson with her. Puck's in front. Nelson shoots to Bourgeois. Almost gets it. Puck's in the corner here. That's
oh,
the front of the net.
Dangerous, actually.
Padronas is to the front of the net.
Dangerous, actually.
Padronas can't quite get to the rebound. Fredericton player Richardson sends it down the ice. 54 seconds to go in this power play. Lacasse goes rink wide now to Padronas. Padronas. She has that puck taken from her. Fredericton intercepts and sends it back into the zone. 41 seconds to go in this first period power play for us. Knight sends it up the wall, picked off by Barr in this first period power play for us. Knight sends it up the wall, picked off by Barr. Barr gets hauled down. No call. Barr gets hauled down. No call. Unlike last night's referee, this one does not want to be the star of the show. It's away from Perot, right to Kelly Barr. Lacasse up the wall here. Boyard, that was to Bork. Sorry, that's Sophie Knight. Knight now to Bork. Now they get it out of the zone. Even strength. Bork steps around one player into the zone. There goes Ed Bork. Steps it around. She got some space. Attempts to find
nice
Kavanaugh.
Try by Ev.
Good stick by the Fredericton D there.
That was a great play by Bork.
Sam Boyard.
Foiled at the last minute by a Fredericton stick.
Here we go. Barr with it. She's circling high, looking for someone back door. That was Kate Hannah. Nobody home. Shouldn't say nobody home. Not able to get the shot off. She was home. Alexa Ferron digs away at that. Referee doesn't want to blow it down. Puck squirts free. There goes Ev Bork again. Up the middle towards Kavanaugh. She finds her. Kavanaugh. She gets overtaken there by 4 Fredericton players, and they go back the other way. That's Lenny Kimball for Fredericton. She goes rink wide. To her teammate. Blocked up there by Sophie Knight. Sorry, Ryan DeMille. DeMille now down low. DeMille in a battle. 2-on-2 down low. The puck has come free. Fredericton retrieves it. Now we got Boyard steps in. She's going to gather that puck up for us. Gets it to Chloe McLaughlin. McLaughlin sends it to Ferron. Ferron tips it towards Walsh, just behind her. Intercepted there by Hannah. She comes up the other side for Fredericton. Puck goes up the wall to Walsh. Walsh gets it to Ferron. She chips it to the blue line, held in by Fredericton. Backhand shot steered into the corner by Perot. Laundry now. Laundry sends it back behind the net. That goes to Boyard. Boyard to Walsh. Off her skates out into the neutral zone. Ferron pokes that away. from the Fredericton player. Now they go D to D. It's Hamilton coming back the other way. She centers that up there from Nelson. Nelson cuts to the middle. Broken up nicely there by the Fury. Puck's back in behind the Fury net again. Ev Landry picks it up. 55 seconds to go first period. Here's Lara Walsh. Walsh now. She goes. Rockland chips it in the zone. Here comes Emily Harriman on the forecheck. In on Van Horn. Van Horn goes to Richardson. D to D. Now it's going to be held in by Atkinson. Kate Nelson's going to give some pressure here. Fredericton D swings around her own net up high. Gets it to Laundry. Laundry sends it down low towards Bourgeois. 28 seconds to go here. Now, Nelson gets a stick on it to break up that outlet pass. Kennedy has it there now. She finds number 10 for Fredericton. It goes wide on Ev Laundry. Broken up nicely by Laundry at the blue line. Now Bourgeois sends it wide to Nelson. Just behind Nelson. Couldn't quite handle the pass. Taken back by Kaylee Barrow. Gets shut down by Harriman. Kate Atkinson now. Or Claire Atkinson now with it. Claire and Kate were standing by side, but that'll do it.
Well, that's a lot of talking for you, Brian. You didn't get very many breaks either. Holy cow.
That was a very quick period. 2-2, still in overtime.
Still in overtime?
Yeah.
That's live? Is that what you're watching?
This is live, yeah.
Is this for the national championship?
This is the national championship. So St. Mary's came into this game this afternoon as the number 8 seed, host of the tournament. Trois-Rivières came in as the number 7 seed.
So 7 and 8 are
7 and 8 in the final.
Well, that speaks volumes to the University of Hockey caliber then.
Pretty
right?
cool.
Yeah, if the bottom 2 teams in the championship playoffs get to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, St. Mary's lost in the quarterfinals of the Atlantic playoffs.
Wow.
And this Trois-Rivières team beat Moncton and UNB.
Wow.
So here we go, St. Mary's. Oh, big shot, almost scored.
So, I mean, but Atlantic Canada, you know, whether it's the McDougall effect or whatever, has always had extremely strong national representation. We've got a good conference.
Yes. The Atlantic
it's hard to judge how bad you are when you're playing UNB year after year and they're the best team in Canada.
Yeah.
And you got to play them 8 times, you're going to go 0-8 or 1-7.
Yeah. I don't know how many times UNB's been to nationals. I know this was their 22nd year in a row winning
In a row.
the AUS.
In a row? Really?
22nd time in a row, 22nd regular season in a row.
That they've won the...
And I think they've won 8 of the last 10 playoffs in the Atlantic.
Wow.
So...
That's insane.
Yeah. Face off there. That's won by the Fury. Goes back to Knight. Knight goes rink wide to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh steps over the blue line. She gets knocked to the ground by Barr. Recovered by Lacasse. Chips that forward. Puck's back into the Fury zone. Knight comes back for it now. Sophie Knight steps around the zone. That's picked off there by Lenny Kimball. Puck makes it as far as the hash marks. No further. Now we get it out to the blue line. Van Horn is there. She goes rink wide to Kaylee Barr. Anna Lacasse sends her for a ride. And we're going to take a 2 minutes for interference would be my hunch. Tripping. I don't know. For all that the refs let go today, that was an interesting call.
Yeah.
So, 14:24 to go here, second period. Storm are going to go to the power play. It's my understanding from chatting with some of their coaches that they've been working on their power play a lot since March break. So we'll see how that looks. Hopefully not too good. Back to the blue line. They go D to D. They set it up. They're down to the right-hand side here. That's Kennedy with it for the Storm.
Good job.
Poked away by Ferron. Nice job by Alexa. Williams recovers that puck now. She goes back to the D. Broken up nicely by Ferron.
Good job. Way to go, Alexa.
Boyar now. She grabs that puck, sends it.
Off the great ricochet off the linesman's kneecap.
Yeah. So, Storm start down in their own zone. They work it up the left side. Shut down there by Walsh. Now they stretch that out to the zone. Here they come. Second Storm. They go to the outside. Nice job by Boyard. Not letting her in. They're going to set up in the corner here. They're going to play catch with it a little bit. Back and forth. Back out towards the blue line. Hamilton's there with it. She shoots from the blue line.
Oh, that was
just
a dangerous
wide of the
shot.
net. Fredericton player recovers it, centers it, broken up nicely by Alexa Ferron in the center. Now Ferron with it. She's got it. She sends it down the ice. Nice job by Ferron. So, Fredericton players try to break out here. Picked off by Harriman. Almost had a break going the other way. She came off the bench. And here comes Fredericton again. Stopped up at the blue line by Harriman. That's poked out to center ice. McLaughlin's there. That's offside. Good job there by the Fury to hold the blue line, not let them in. So we've got 40 seconds left in this penalty kill. We're going to have Laundrie, Atkinson, Harriman, and McLaughlin on the face-off here. Face-off won by Harriman. Picked up, though, by the Fredericton right winger, Kimball. She works it to the outside. Atkinson does a nice job not letting her in. Down to the corner. Atkinson gets her to the boards. Now, Laundrie picks up the coverage here in the corner. Kimball with it behind the net. She works it, or tries to work it up the wall towards Barr. Poked away from her by Laundrie. There's a battle for it here. Laundrie off the boards to Harriman. Harriman gets it back to Laundrie. Down the ice it goes.
There we go. Lovely. Lovely.
14 seconds to go in this penalty kill. McDonald sends it over here to Hannah. Hannah swings behind her own net. She tries to work it up the left-hand side. Broken up by Harriman. Back down in the corner. Harriman gets it to McLaughlin, who shoots long range. Off the defenders, shin pads. Even strength now. Fredericton tries to go rink wide. Nice job by Atkinson to break that up. Good
Great
kill
job
there.
To step up there.
Laundrie, she's going to take that puck away from the Fredericton player. Player falls on top of the puck and retains control. Laundrie in there, needs some help. Harriman comes in now. That's Harriman and Taylor are going to battle for it. Can't let her walk out. What is that? Cannot let players beat you out of the corner to your own goal post.
No, we got caught watching there, I think.
We did. So 1-1, 11:57 to go. Well, no one said it would be easy, John.
You're right. We knew it would be a tough win here on the road in Fredericton today.
Yeah, that was a momentary lapse that gave them a clear lane to the net. Face-off won by Harriman, back to Knight. Knight goes off the wall. Fredericton tries to go rink wide, out of the reach of Kaylee Barr. Back to Lacasse. Lacasse goes off the bench.
Stanchion or something there. It was a funny
that was a weird
deflection, yeah.
Puck gets sent all the way back down the ice. Sophie Knight's here to retrieve that for the Fury. She sends it up the wall nicely to Bourgeois. Bourgeois tips it almost around Kate Hannay, but not quite. Lacasse, she sends it to Nelson. Held in there by Van Horn. Harriman gets it now, forward. Almost to Bourgeois, not quite. Knight, she sends it up the wall. Two Fredericton players there, grab the puck, off a weird stanchion again, back behind the net. Eloise will set that up. Lacasse to Padrones. Padrones now. Padrones, nice shifty little move there. Sends it towards Bourgeois. Bourgeois gets to it first, down low. She still has it, centers it. Back to Sophie Knight. Knight shoots. Oh, hit a skate in front. Ev Bork puts some pressure on. Puck squirts to the middle. Lacasse is in a foot race for that one. She is going to take that back from Gill. Pass rink wide, intercepted by Fredericton. That's Kendall Petley. She comes in long range and shoots just wide. Down into the corner. Padrones is here for it. Padrones sends it towards the left winger, just out of the reach of Kavanaugh. Now, Knight. Puck centered in front to Nelson. Bouncing puck in front of our net, recovered by Lacasse. Nice job by Lacasse.
Good job by Lacasse.
Lacasse sends it off the board. It's going to be held in there by the Fredericton D. She sends it all the way around the net. Williams will pick it up here for Fredericton. Lacasse is in on it. Lacasse and Williams do battle. Kennedy, Padrones, Lacasse, and Williams battling for that puck. Girls forgot to play the puck there. The ref reminded them. Oh, that's two for cross-checking for Williams. We had the four girls
cross-check.
look like they were in a battle royal and weren't looking for the puck.
There's a couple slashes, and then there was a cross-check. So
Anna Lacasse had a great game yesterday, and she was real strong in that shift there as well.
Yeah, she plays. She's playing great.
So face-off is going to go all the way back down the ice. Fury go to the power play. Ferron, Walsh, and McLaughlin face off to the left of Jenna McDonald. Jenna McDonald Had the best goalie stats of the season for the U13 AAA League so far, with only 2 games left. Back to Boyard. Boyard goes rink wide.
She was pressured. Good play.
That was much better than throwing it into the shin pads. Fredericton grabs that puck and sends it all the way down the ice. Perreault is there. She sets that up. Boyard sends it around the wall towards DeMille, but out of her reach. DeMille now. Boyard. She goes up the wall off the referee's skates. That kicks to Fredericton's Kaylee Barr. Barr has it in the corner. She's going to be very happy to kill some time here in the corner. Could be delay a game, you could argue.
Yeah.
Thought we were going to get a... Girls having a little back and forth there. Barr saying to Alexa Front, I will push you all I want.
Yeah, she's kind of has a lot of attitude for a 13-year-old girl.
So, Fury back to the power play. 1:19 here. Harriman steps into the face-off. Harriman wins that to Atkinson. Atkinson swings around the net. A little bit of time and space. Go over a skate here nicely to Harriman. Great pass by Atkinson and Harriman. Harriman over the blue line.
There's a shot, big shot. Oh, nice.
Oh, tries to send it back door to Bourgeois, broken up there by Barr, I think. Now it gets to Laundry. Laundry winds and shoots.
Yes.
Nice save by McDonald. That was a nice job by Claire Atkinson. Came behind their net. Didn't have any outlets. Skated it a bit. Made a nice pass up the middle. So, 58 seconds to go here in the power play. Face-off won by Fredericton. That's Hannah with it behind the net. She sends it up the boards. Held in there nice. Oh, just bounced over Ev Laundry's stick. Now, stolen back by Harriman. She gets it to Nelson. Nelson sends it back to Harriman. Oh, well, got to shoot that. Got to shoot that puck. Sorry, that was my dad voice coming out. Perreault steers that into the corner for Atkinson. If only we had microphones in the helmets, John.
Yeah, earpieces. Our players with earpieces on.
Yeah, just like the football quarterbacks. Call in the play. Fredericton sends it back into the corner. Just 22 seconds to go. Evan Laundry regroups for the Fury. Laundry now. She's going to find Padrones on the wall. Padrones turns. She goes rink wide towards Madison Cavanaugh, broken up by Hannah. Hannah sends it back, but is picked up by Padrones. Another penalty coming to the Caps. Not the Caps, the Fury. So Fury going to have a 5-on-3 for 5 seconds and then a 5-on-4 for hopefully 2 minutes or less. So that's the story there. Still 2-2 at the National Men's Semifinal. And then we heard today St. John beat West Kent 6-0 on the U13 AAA female front.
Well, that should solidify whether we win or lose here. Do we have to play Frederick one more time?
We're 1 point back of the Kraken for second place.
Even with the win?
No, if we win today, we'd be 1 point ahead, I think.
So that Kraken 6-0 victory puts them 1 point ahead of us?
I believe they're 1 point.
Only one? I thought it would put them 3.
Maybe it is 3.
Because they also beat us yesterday, right?
Right, so then we would be, if we win today, we can get within 1 point of them.
1 point.
And then if we beat Fredericton again next week.
So the question becomes, if we lose here, do you play the Fredericton game? I guess you play every game.
Play every game just for the opportunity. Yeah. Scramble in front of McDonald. Puck is loose. No luck in banging that home. Minute 28 to go here in the 5-on-4 power play. Walsh from McLaughlin come over the boards now for the Fury. And earlier today in Fredericton, the U13AAA Storm beat the Fury to win the provincials.
Oh, wow.
So,
was it a tournament here?
Yeah, U13AAA provincial tournament was here. All kinds of interesting hockey going on around the province right now. So, Fury puts some pressure on down low. Ferrand gets that to McLaughlin. McLaughlin sends it back to Ferrand. Ooh, almost got a shot off right in the slot there. Puck comes back to our blue line, picked up by Lacasse. Lacasse goes up to Walsh. Nice play. Walsh steps in, finds Ferrand. Back to Lacasse now. Lacasse right to the slot. She shoots. Ooh, does not miss by much. Alexa Ferrand sends it down low towards McLaughlin. Lacasse is going to pinch down there to hold the zone. Lacasse sends it behind the net. Alexa Ferrand gets there for it. Ferrand, she's in a battle. Centers it to Walsh. Walsh shoots. Blocked in front by Van Horn. Puck gets back to Lacasse. Anna Lacasse, she can really rip it. She shoots it in front. Off a Walsh's stick. Gets to McLaughlin. McLaughlin shoots.
Oh.
High and wide. Now Hannay sends it up the wall. Knight pinches down to hold the zone for the Fury. 30 seconds to go here in this power play. Puck's back behind the net to Hannay. Hannay sends it and does just get it past Anna Lacasse. We got a 4-player foot race for that loose puck. Storm win it, but Sophie Knight clears the rebound out to Lara Walsh. Walsh tries to get that to Bourgeois. Picked up now by Ferrand. Ferrand chips it in. She'll go for a change. Walsh will go for a change. Here comes Harriman and Nelson. 1 second left in this power play. Up the wall to Harriman. Harriman sends it down low to Bourgeois. Bourgeois with it. Bourgeois sends it back towards Harriman, just out of her reach. Here comes the Storm. They're shut down there. Boyard with it now. Boyard tries to put it on Bourgeois' stick at an odd angle. Couldn't quite grab it. That's an offside. Storm are offside. Boyard grabs that puck in behind her net. She has a little time and space. Goes up the wall to Nelson. Nelson sends it towards the middle. That goes off a shin pad. It doesn't connect quite where we hoped. Now, Bourgeois, nice back check there by Elise. Elise chips that puck forward. Harriman's on the forecheck as well. She manages to get a stick on it. Nice job by Emily. Here she goes. Gets it down into the corner. Goes for a change. Padronas and Kavanaugh come over the boards. Nelson's in on the forecheck. Nice job there by Nelson. Good pinch by DeMille. DeMille shoots. Saved by Jenna McDonald. Storm attempt to come out the left side. That's broken up. Kavanaugh's in on the forecheck. Now the Storm get it out the right-hand side. Storm chip it into the corner. Boyard's there first. She sends it back over to her center, Padronas, who sends it up the wall towards that Bork. It's going to be a foot race for it with Van Horn. Bork and Van Horn. Van Horn with it. She spins it back up the wall. Here they come, the Storm. Nice job by the Fury to break that up inside the zone. Puck now crosses into the neutral zone. Padronas knocks her player over. Puck is there in a battle for Kavanaugh on the wall. Here goes Padronas with it. One-on-one on Van Horn. Padronas drives wide, back door. Had Bork. Jenna McDonald stopped that cross-ice pass. Kate Hannay comes back the other way for the Storm. She chips it into the corner. She gets it to Barr. Barr cuts out front. Blocked by Atkinson. Nice job there by Claire. Laundry now. There's a scramble in front. Ferrand with it. She kicks it out to Bork. Bork sends it up the middle to Ferrand. Ferrand sends it back towards the Storm blue line. They regroup. They go to Van Horn. Van Horn up the middle. Broken up there by McLaughlin nicely. McLaughlin back to Laundry. That was a smart play. Over to Atkinson. Atkinson chips it. Barr takes it back. Atkinson stops it there at the blue line. Gets it out to Lara Walsh. Walsh gets over center. Sends it towards the blue line. Broken up by Van Horn. They regroup and come the other way. Neutral zone battle here. Laundry goes wide to Walsh. Walsh, that long reach of Van Horn, pokes it away from her. Atkinson grabs it. She'll send it all the way in. Here we go for fresh troops for the Fury now. They try to break it out. Broken up there by Harriman. Harriman's in against Van Horn. Steals it from her. The battle behind the net. Van Horn takes it back. Now Bourgeois is there. Lara Walsh. She's working hard to get that puck on the corner. No. Puck is there. Walsh with it. Walsh has Harriman in front. Oh, that's intercepted on the way to the front. Comes up the wall. It's going to be held in by Lacasse. Lacasse turns and shoots right on net. Jenna McDonald, nice save. Harriman grabs the rebound in the corner. Sends it up the wall to Bourgeois. Bourgeois shoots. Rebound's there. Kate Nelson almost won the race to it. Knight now holds it in. Nice. Ooh, what a play. Wow.
Just outside the zone. I was saying thing, Matthew. I was like high stick penalty or high sticking the puck. I wasn't sure what he was calling, but yeah, we're just coming outside the zone. Any update, Brian, on that semifinal
looks
game?
Looks like somebody won.
Or final game, I should say.
Let's see here. Trois-Rivières won.
No, boo.
Yeah. Too bad. St. Mary's, great showing by them. Puck's deep in the Storm zone now. Bourgeois is going to grab it behind the net. She steps around one Predican player. She has it. Now it's taken back by the Storm player. Knight pinches down low again. Knight sends it in the corner for Nelson. Nelson sends it towards the front of the net. Just out of the reach of everyone. Harriman goes over to the boards, chips that down in the corner. Nelson gets there. Good job by Kate Nelson on the forecheck. Puck gets to Bourgeois. Bourgeois steps in front. She shoots. Rebound is there in the slot. Nobody's touching it. Now the Storm grab it. Storm, they just get out of their zone now. Taken back by Bourgeois. Bourgeois, she attempts to get it to Harriman. Poked away from her. Storm regroup back into their zone. They go D to D. Bourgeois there. She takes that puck. Nelson, Lacasse almost stole it from Nelson. Now it goes back to Knight. Knight out of the zone. Pushed back in. They're offside. Lacasse goes off the glass. Nice pass.
Work it nicely, actually.
Nice work. Emily Harriman steps into the zone. Has a bit of time and space. She's looking for somebody. Drops it back to Bourgeois. Bourgeois steps around her player. Sends it back to Harriman. Intercepted. Now held in there by Bayard. Slap shot. That goes off the end wall towards the front of the net. There's a scramble in front. Puck is there. Ev Bork almost put it in the empty net. Bourgeois sends it up the wall to DeMille. DeMille, 1 minute to go here. Second period. Holds the zone.
Good work by Alexis.
Nice job by Alexis.
Getting worked over pretty good there, too.
Yeah. Alexis goes 1-on-2. Still has the puck. Predican player is falling ever. Alexis centers it. Oh, my goodness. Great play, just out of the reach of Ev Bork. Back down here behind our zone. Boyard's going to regroup. Everyone's changing.
Why is that not ice in the game? Tell me, Brian.
I don't know, but that was unbelievable. Good pressure here by the Fury. Here goes Bork. She sends it down low. Perdones scores!
Oh,
wow.
Good thing we didn't get that icing call.
24.7 seconds. Bork to Padrones to the back of the net. 2-1 for the Fury. That was pretty to watch. That was, nice effort. Lacasse behind our net, I believe it was, that went from behind our goal line to the far blue line to Bork. Gained the zone, got the goal. Ferrand in against Barr on the face-off. Lenny Kimball with it now. She chips it down into the Fury zone. Ev Landry's going to pick that up in the corner. She's under some pressure. There's like a wall of black sweaters skating at her here. Barr cuts the front of the net. Taken from her by McLaughlin. Barr takes it back. Sends it to the net. Perreault covers up. Lenny Kimball, a little chip in there after the whistle. Face-off will be here to the right of Eloise Perreault. 4.8 seconds to go. Alexa Ferrand in against Kaylee Barr. Face-off won by Ferrand. Back to the Storm blue line, though. They're going to run out of time before they shoot, and that'll do it for the second period.
All right, a break for us.
Yes. So we will take a break, and we will be back after the flood. 2-1 for your Fury from the Willie O'Ree. period action from the Willie O'Ree Arena here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Start. According to the scoreboard here, shots on goal have been 16-3 in favor of the Fury today. Laundry sends that up the wall, broken up there by Hamilton. Laundry sends it back up the wall again towards McLaughlin. McLaughlin now with it. She goes rink wide to Claire Atkinson. Nice move by Atkinson. She steps over line, stands on it, so it stays there. And now McLaughlin gets it in deep. Puck's down here in the corner. That's Hamilton with it. Hamilton picks it up. She sends it up the wall on the left wing. Intercepted there by Ev Laundry. Nice job by Laundry. Back in the high slot to Lara Walsh. Fredericton player tries to skate away. That's Lyons. Now, Atkinson. She sends it up the wall to McLaughlin. McLaughlin chips that down in the zone. Alexa Ferron is going to get there. There should be no icing. And it is no icing. Ferron gets there first. She's in a battle with Hamilton. Battle of number 7s. Puck gets to Walsh. Walsh attempts to center that to Lacasse. Picked off by Gill. Knight holds the zone. She sends that down the wall to Bourgeois. There's a battle here. Bourgeois gets free. Bourgeois steps towards the front of the net. Has it poked off of her stick. Now the Fredericton player's got it. That's Dorr. Dorr cuts to the middle. Poked away from her by Kate Nelson. Now goes to Harriman. Harriman's right down Main Street.
Go, Emily, go.
She gets slashed up. It goes to Nelson. Nelson. She's still got it. She sends it back up to Sophie Knight. Knight from the blue line shoots.
That's a good shot.
Off a shin pad. Nelson and Bourgeois are both there for it. Now, Lacasse is going to pinch down to hold the zone.
Oh, the girl tripped over her and then slashed her.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one.
That is a tough call. Lacasse came down on the forecheck, or the pinch, and Bauer went to step around her and chipped over her.
These are really only 3 shots on that. That can't be right.
That can't be right.
Why don't we ask the goalie, Dad?
Matthew, have you been watching? Has it been more than 3 shots on net?
A lot of shots at the net, but maybe they weren't on the net, Brian. I don't know.
So, shorthanded we go again. 2 minutes. Face off. That was Harriman on the draw. She gets the puck now. Gets it out of the zone to the center ice. Van Horn sends that to her D partner. They go up the wall. That's Hannay up to Barr. Barr to the middle. Out of the reach of the right winger. Now recovered by the long run shot by Van Horn. By Nelson. Now Barr with to Hannay. Harriman's up top. Nice job by DeMille. Good stick. Fury doing a little better job in the PK so far today. They're not chasing quite as much. Tipped in front, just wide of the net. Now, puck goes down low. That's Kimball with it, I believe, for the Storm. She tries to center, hits Harriman. Harriman chips it all the way down the ice. She'll go for a change. Kate Nelson flying down the ice like she got shot out of a cannon. She's in against Van Horn. Van Horn spins away from her behind the net. Van Horn sends it up off the skates of her left winger. Now back down low. Kavanaugh's in on the forecheck this time. Kavanaugh against Barr. Barr continues to skate through. She gets all the way to the far blue line. Kaylee Barr still has it. Intercepted there nicely by Ev Laundry. Now Laundry, the head of steam. Ooh, good stick there by Kate Hannay. Hannay comes the other way with it. She drops it back all the way to center ice. Now, Fredericton goes rink wide. Here comes Williams for Fredericton. She cuts to the middle over the blue line. Shoots! Nice save off of Eloise. Not sure she saw that one coming, but it worked. Puck's all the way down here now. 12 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Alexis Padrones in against Bagnall. Bagnall spins away from her. Picked up there by Ev Bork, but still squirts loose. Now here comes the Storm 2-on-1 the other way. Boyard's back there for the Fury. She does a nice job. Keeps that to the outside. And here comes Alexis Padrones. Padrones chips it to Walsh. Walsh sends it into the zone. She's in a foot race. She's going to get there, I think. Walsh against Richardson. Richardson sends it back up the wall. Ferrand waves at it. Kennedy Williams steps around her. Or Leah Kennedy, I should say. Here comes Leah Kennedy with it again. Kennedy chips it down in the Fury zone. DeMille gets to it first. DeMille sends it up to Walsh. Walsh, nice play by Walsh. just out of Alexa Ferrand, back into the Storm zone. D to D now, Dorr with it for the Storm. Dorr goes rink wide. She finds Petley. Petley's over center. Under some pressure from Chloe McLaughlin on the back check. Down into the corner she goes. McLaughlin's there. Boyard's there too. Now Ferrand comes in to help. Boyard sends it up the wall. Back to the blue line. That's Hamilton there. Hamilton sends it back down the wall. Picked up by Petley. She tries to center. Puck bounces in front. Point blank shot. Nice save by Perreault. Lara Walsh grabs that puck. That's held in by the Storm. Now it's in the corner. DeMille's in a battle for it. Storm player spins away from her. Now centers. Puck is there. Nice job by Chloe McLaughlin to prevent that shot in the high slot. McLaughlin sends it up the wall. Walsh was there to pressure Dorr. Dorr sends it over here. Rink wide. That's going to be broken up by Alexa Ferrand. Ferrand. There's Free Fury there on the boards, just in front of our bench. Boyard goes back for it. Sam Boyard. Here goes Boyard. She spins back away from her player. Sends it up the wall towards Nelson, just out of her reach. Van Horn steps in. Shot by Van Horn, saved by Perreault. Puck gets out to the blue line. Shot again, intercepted now by Boyard. Boyard sends it towards Nelson. Van Horn breaks that up. Now Boyard sends it rink wide to Bourgeois. Bourgeois at center, chips it. Nelson's in here for it. In a battle with Van Horn. Harriman comes in to help. Puck's going to stay in there with Lacasse. Nice move by Lacasse. She gets in deep. Lacasse shoots. Nice save by McDonald. Van Horn to Gill. Gill with it now. She's under pressure from Nelson. Nelson takes it from her. Lacasse gets it to Harriman. Harriman sends it to Bourgeois. Bourgeois. Oh! Just wide of the net.
Great play by Emily. Great chance for
right out in front here. Storm are trying to clear. Nice job by Sophie Knight to pinch down and force them back into their zone. There goes Hannah. She goes off the wall. Now the Storm are going to clear, but Bourgeois is going to take that puck from Barr. Bourgeois and Barr, they're in a battle. Bourgeois takes Barr down, and that's going to be 2. So with 8:39 to go in the game, Storm are going to go back to the power play.
Quick update there, Brian, from Liam Walsh, who said SMU lost but outplayed Trois-Rivières, and shots were 47-33 in favor of St. Mary's.
Wow.
47. What was the final score?
3-2.
Wow.
Wow. 45 saves.
For bringing not only homemade chocolate chip cookies, but what would you call them? Like a cinnamon sugar
Those are called
muffin?
puff balls.
A puff ball? Okay. They were delicious.
They're like a mini cinnamon sugar muffin.
Yeah, my goodness.
So they make the muffin, they roll it in butter, and then roll it in cinnamon sugar.
It sounds awful, eh?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just dying for a chocolate milk right now, Brian.
It's a heart attack in every bite, basically. So it's all right. So there seems to be some kind of a conference going on here. I'm not sure. Referee's back to the Fury bench.
They called 2 minutes. They can't turn around and change their mind now.
I think the Fury were arguing that Kaylee Barr shot Lisa's stick away.
Oh,
maybe it should have been 2 for Sportsman,
yeah.
but that would be a tough call to make.
Yeah.
So, face off here, down in the corner. Padrones battles with it. Atkinson's behind the net. Atkinson. Now Barr steals the puck. She goes high in the zone. That back to Dorr. Blocked by Padrones. Nice job by Alexis Padrones. She gets that puck out.
Good job.
Sends it down the ice. McDonald's going to set up behind her own net there. Bagnall's back for it. Kavanaugh comes in, steals that from Bagnall. Nice job by Madison. Now she steals it from, I think that was Lyons over there. It was Lyons. Now, puck comes up the wall.
If it makes it, it's icing.
Atkinson and Lenny Kimball go into the corner. Kimball takes a tumble. Atkinson does too. Puck's in the skates of Atkinson. Kimball recovers it. Wraparound attempt. What a great save by Eloise Perreault.
Wow. How did Perreault make that save on the doorstep? Holy cow.
Wow. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
That was it's
electrifying, Mathieu. The save was electrifying.
I guess we can use that word.
Oh. Yeah, beautiful saves. 2 in a row. She stopped the wraparound and then the glove save to keep it 2-1 for us.
Well, the best player on your penalty kill typically is your goalie, Brian.
Ideally, yes. Yeah. So a minute 9 to go in the power play for the Storm. McLaughlin steps into the face-off. She wins it. Gets to the blue line and out though. Hannay shoots from long range. Takes a couple of bounces. DeMille grabs it. She sends it towards the blue line.
Oh, wow.
Held
Great
in
job
there.
by that defense player to keep that in at the blue line.
That's Raina Hamilton at the blue line. Family from the Miramichi, so that makes a lot of sense, right?
Yes.
Puck gets
it's
out.
Oh,
It
thank
gets
goodness.
So I like to tell my wife all good things started in the Miramichi for the most part.
I would agree with you, Brian.
Except for all the other good things that didn't start in the Miramichi, but that's not part of my story. Storm
We still
circle.
take credit though, right? Can't we?
100%. Storm fire off a shin pad, recovered by McLaughlin. She sends it all the way back down the ice. 28 seconds to go. Puck bounces right into the slot in front of the empty Fredericton net. Goalie was behind the net playing the puck. Storm attempt to break out. Ferrand's there to shut that down at center ice. Nice job by Ferrand. There you go, D to D now. They work it up to the left winger. Walsh is over there to put some pressure on her. She cuts back to the middle. That's offside. 7 seconds to go here to the penalty to Elise Bourgeois. 6:46 to go.
We're hanging on here, Brian, by the skin of our teeth, eh?
Yeah, you know what? We kill. If knock on wood, we kill this penalty, and then get back to how we were playing before we took it. We'll be all set. Face off. Won by the Fury.
All the
Goes
way
back
down.
to Lacasse all the way down the ice, and that will do it. 1 second, 0 seconds there. No icing, and the power play is over. Dorr swings behind her own net, sends that up the wall, broken up by Lacasse. Lacasse sends it back in behind the Fredericton net. Hamilton's there for it. She goes to Dorr again. Dorr goes up the right-hand side. Stolen there by Ferrand. She chipped it to Walsh in front of the net. Storm stole it back. Hamilton now tries to clear it off of the skates of Walsh right in the slot. Now the Storm are going to try to get out. That's number 14 for the
that's a tricky. That was
Storm.
a bouncer.
Sent a bouncer in. The Mighty Ducks would call that the knuckle puck. Puck's back to the blue line here. Storm hold it in. They send it down the right wing side. They center it. Broken up by Lacasse. Lacasse in the corner now. Lacasse, she's in a battle. Puck gets centered right in front. High slot. Storm player couldn't handle it. We clear the zone.
Here we go, out of the box.
She's going to get there. Yes.
Oh.
She does get there, but just ran out of real estate. That's going to be offside.
Look at our lines back together. Yeah, I know.
She won the race to the puck and just...
Puck was too deep.
Yep.
It was almost on the goal line. That would have been hard to put in if there was nobody in that.
Her only hope would have been to try to come back towards this side. Instead of going right, would come back left. But how do you cut back at top speed on 2 feet of real estate?
You do what I did back in the day. You run to the boards full steam. Fall down, get back up.
Atkinson gets it deep. Harriman's into the forecheck now against Hannay. Hannay sends it around the wall to Taylor. Taylor tries to find Barr and does, but it's off of her stick. That goes over to Kimball. Kimball's in against Atkinson. Atkinson takes it from her. Nelson's there. Harriman as well. They send it out of the zone. Hannay's going to retreat to grab that puck for the Storm. She circles. Sends it up the wall. Gets that to Taylor. Taylor gains the Fury zone. Runs into Laundrie and Harriman. Puck's in the corner for Barr. Off a set of skates. We're going to battle behind the net. Now puck gets out to Madison Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh. She attempts to clear. Not quite. Back to Atkinson. Atkinson sends it up the wall now. That goes through the skates of Bork, but out in the neutral zone. Bork with it now. Back to Barr in her own zone. 4:40 to go here. Third period. Barr centers it up the left wing side. Long range shot. Bounces. Saved by Perreault. Laundrie gets there for the rebound. Gives a pass to Padrones. Here goes Padrones. She steps around Kelly Barr. She has a bit of room. There goes Alexis Padrones. She cuts. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's right there for Bork.
Puck was there. Oh wow. Here comes the Storm the other way. 2-on-2. Padrones end to end like Bobby Orr. Just couldn't finish. Barr's in the corner with it. Padrones back there. Padrones takes it from her.
Great shift by Alexis.
Great shift by Alexis.
Holy.
Puck gets back to the blue line. Shot from long range.
Oh,
saved by
big
Perreault.
save by Perreault.
Here we go. Ed Laundrie
Had enough.
sends it all the way down the ice, and we'll get some fresh troops out here. So, 3:46 to go, John. Woo. Shots are 19-7 for the Fury. I thought we were going to bury one there. Nice move by Alexis. And the puck just stayed in between the defender's skates, and Ed Bork couldn't get a stick on it. So face off back to the left of Eloise. Alexa Ferrand steps into the center circle. She has Walsh and McLaughlin with her. DeMille with it now behind the net. DeMille sends it up the wall to McLaughlin. McLaughlin grabs that puck, chips it to Ferrand. There goes Ferrand. Ferrand sends it to Lara Walsh just behind her, but McLaughlin grabs it. Tries to give it back to Walsh. Broken up there by the Storm. Walsh and Ferrand now. They force that down deep. Nice job by Lara Walsh. Prevents Richardson from moving that puck. Ferrand grabs it. She steps out front.
Oh, she got space.
Bangs away at it. Oh! She tried short side twice. Almost went in the second time. Battle in the corner now. McLaughlin sent to the ice. They try to clear. Oh, DeMille almost stole it there from Kennedy. Kennedy comes down the ice. Walsh is all over her. Nice stick in front by Sam Boyard. Now McLaughlin grabs that puck. McLaughlin through neutral zone with it. She has her pocket picked at center. Storm come back the other way, but Walsh breaks that up. Now Boyard's there. Boyard and Walsh are both there. Shot, long range. It's in front. Oh, wow. DeMille, nice footwork. Gets that puck. Long range to Bourgeois. There goes Elise Bourgeois. She stops up, cuts the middle. Lets it go. Glove save by Jenna McDonald. Wow. 2:34 to go. End-to-end action here.
Old-time hockey, Brian.
This is it. Harriman, Nelson, and Bourgeois. Lacasse and Knight for the Fury. Face-off won by Bauer into the corner. Fury defenders behind the net. Tips the center. That's broken up by Nelson. Oh. Storm were able to get it out.
Just bounced on the stick of Knight.
Knight sends it back up the wall now. Well, that was Lacasse actually sent it up the wall. Nelson's going to pressure. Lead forechecker Nelson puts some pressure on Hamilton. She gets it over to Barr. Harriman's on the back check now against Dorr. I should say, not Barr, Dorr. She swings around behind the net, tries the center. Puck's in front. There is a scramble there. Lacasse is going to get to it. No, Bourgeois. Somebody's going to get to it. There we go. Bourgeois makes sure. She gets there. Fredericton swings wide. They step into the zone. Long range shot wide.
That was a dangerous shot, actually.
There was. Much like.
Perfect chip. Just get it out.
Chip by Bourgeois.
Go 1-2-2. Get it out.
Van Horn with it now for Fredericton. Van Horn's going to go for a skate. She drives wide. Lacasse is going to come over there to keep her outside.
You're watching the goalie here, Brian.
Puck comes around here to Knight. Knight sends it off the referee. Sends it again off the referee a second time. Ref's got to move. Knight still battles.
Yet.
Knight finally beats the referee out of the corner. Gets it wide, picked up by Hannah. Nice job by Bourgeois. That should, that's ice.
They're going to call it.
They're going to call it.
Yeah.
Minute and 15 to go. I suspect we'll see the keeper come out here of the net for the Storm.
Why not? You got the offensive.
We shall see.
Do they normally have two goalies, Brian? The other girl doesn't have her name on the back of her jersey, that's all.
Yeah, that's not their regular. The other goalie is a great little goalie named Emily Underwood. Fredericton has their goalies finished 1 and 2 in the league in stats.
Wow.
Both,
that's a good team, too.
Yeah, both 2013s.
Oh, no way.
Yep. So we shall see. Can the Fury hang on for a minute and 15 seconds?
What happened to those two goons you had with you on the broadcast yesterday? Like they're like the Memram Cooks, two Muppet guys that sit up in the booth. They're always hanging out at the rink.
Yeah, I actually
let them get involved.
I met them in the parking lot. They were picking up empty beer cans.
Yes.
And I said, guys, I'll give you a free beer each if you want to come broadcast with me. And
yeah.
They said they liked hockey and beer, so
the highlight of their week, I'm sure.
That's it.
What were those guys' names? One guy was Fred.
I think it was Dumb and Dumber was the names that I got. I didn't get their first names. They were brothers.
Okay. Daryl and Daryl.
Yeah, the Witt brothers, dim in half. Face off, won by the Fury. In behind the net to Atkinson. Atkinson sends it up the wall. Bounces. Hannah holds it. She sends it towards the front of the net. Fredericton net is empty now. 1:04 to go here. Bork has probably some pressure. Puck gets centered. It's in front. It gets back to the blue line. Broken up again by Atkinson. Nice job by Atkinson. Storm working down low. Chipped to the side of the net. It's a scramble in the front.
Oh, my goodness.
Kavanaugh comes in to help. Padronas is there. 48 seconds now. Barr swings high in the zone. Padronas knocks it off of her. There we go. Alexis Padronas. She should win this for us. And she does. Hey! Alexis Padronas steals the puck from Kaylee Barr and seals it.
Kind of a statement goal, maybe.
Statement game for the Fury today, folks. Statement game. I think, as we said at the top of the broadcast, anyone can beat anyone in this league. And today was a good day for the Fury. So?
Gotta wait for the goalie.
Yeah. Jenna McDonald.
Referee dropped the puck.
Referee's not waiting for poor Jenna to get back in her net.
Oh, big check there on Lara.
Yeah, big check there. Yeah, Fury sent it down deep. 24 seconds to go here. Hannah. She winds it up. She can really skate. She's up the left wing side. Fury not giving her any real estate. Nice job by Boyard to end that rush and knock her to the ground. Back to the blue line. Held in by the Storm. Tipped in front. Ooh, just wide. 6 seconds to go here. Puck is back to the blue lines. Hannah has it. Shoots long range. Doesn't get it through. Fury clear the zone. That's Walsh. That'll do it. 2-1.
Holy Mackinac.
For the Fury. Great job all the way around today. Nice saves by Perot. Great work by the D and great work by the forwards. So,
and great job by the broadcast crew.
Gold medal performance as always. As you and I have joked about in spring, we're going to get a gold medal coaching effort. Not sure we'll win the gold, but the coaching effort will be there. So, we'll send the Fredericton fans home unhappy, and we'll get on the road back to Moncton. Hopefully the Flyers pull a win off here tonight against the Cats.
Really.
Thanks again to Matthew. See you guys next weekend, 1 o'clock, Aiken Center.